Ant and I are out, and we're at the very start of the day. It's a beautiful bloody day, and we're lucky to be alive. We're out in the bush. We're heading right down to the back of the diggings. But we just stopped off here because I want to show you this water race. This big race here, this is a commercial water race, and you can see it's a fair operation. Look how much dirt had to be taken out. And what they've done is, they've run the water out of the creek, which is further up here, and they've brought it all the way around, and they, as I've said before, they drop an inch every 10 feet. So when you're standing in them, you can't really tell which way they're running. But we know they're running to the north because the creeks run from north to south on this side of the Great Divide. So they're running that way, and all the diggers below, this is the race that they would be buying their water from. There's puddlers down there, there's a lot of sluicing down there. And you can see by the age of the race, look at this big stringy bark there. He's grown up on the dirt that they've thrown out, and he's a super tree. Run your bloody camera up there. Yeah, and he's a super tree. Huge. So, oh God. Imagine the men that used to dig these, they used to be contract diggers, and they wouldn't have a spirit level. All they had was 2 boards, 10 foot long, and a thing like a little bottle of water. They'd sit that on their level, set their boards, dig away, set their boards all the way through the bush. And they had to run it around the slopes because they couldn't, if they come to a gully, they couldn't go straight down to the gully. They had to keep running around, and they were terrible careful not to lose any fall. They didn't want to lose any fall because when they get over here, there might be a big hill they have to work around, so they'd stay an inch around. So that's the story, a brief story on the water races. Ant and I going down to where these water races were feeding. They've sluiced out a big area. Everybody's been in there. I've been in there lots of times, got gold. But we're going to do a bit of work today. We had 2 inches of rain. We're well into autumn. We had 2 inches of rain. Ant's going to shift a bit of dirt. I'm going to shift a little bit of dirt and see how we go. And on that note, people say to us, what settings do you use? You know, they're terrible keen to find out the settings. There's better blokes than us on the internet that'll tell you what settings to use and what not to use. We're pretty well switch on and go sort of blokes. We're pretty well on the factory preset all the time. But
just with the iron reject up.
Yeah, with iron reject up. It's more about technique. It's more about when you got your detector, keep it bloody flat on the ground like that. Slide around like that. Don't have it up here. Slide it around. Go slow.
That's what the skid pads are for.
That's what the skid pads are for. Don't say, oh yeah, I've spent, probably plucked it off to have my knife. No, there you go. There's your skid plate, and that stops the coil proper getting buggered. So you won't wear it out, and if you do wear a hole in it, go away, pay 23 bucks or something like that, get another one. So keep your coil flat on the ground, run it down real slow, listen for signals. If you're using the 5000 like we are, put the external speaker on it or put the booster on it. It definitely helps. So we'll see how we go, Ant.
That's it, mate.
Great day to be alive, mate.
Yeah.
We've come down just below that water race I was talking about, and in here is a little dam. It's been built by hand. That's the perimeter of it over there. They built up on this side, on the slope. And the reason they built it, and this is where they let the water out, was to feed their puddler. This is where the water runs down. And this is the puddler. Here's the puddler here, it's quite defined.
Yep, very.
Goes right around.
Easy to see.
I'll speak up a bit louder when I'm around the back. Here's the puddler, all the way around, been cut out. And the reason that bloke's dug the dam and hasn't fed it straight off the water race is, he's been buying his water at night. Water was cheaper at night, it was like off-peak electricity. So instead of paying threepence a sluice head a day, he'd pay a penny for a night time and fill his dam in the night and then use the water during the day. So he's a pretty cunning bloke. This is where he's let the water out. And as I said before, where they let the water out...
Hang on a sec.
I can talk up, mate. You got me? Camera in there. Oh, you tried, right? Yeah. You want to come out or you want to keep coming?
Where they let the water out, as I said last week, they use the water again. Look at all this. Both sides, here's another big pile of stones over here. That's simply where the bloke has used his water again. And you can see that tail race running right down there. This tail race that runs right down there. That leads into the gully. This leads into the gully we're working. So the same miners that worked this gully, they were bringing their wash up here and using this puddler, but they were reusing the water. So trapping the water in the dam, filling the puddler, letting the water out, using it again to sluice this gully. So they're hard-working, terribly hard-working blokes. Ant and I, well, Ant's a hard-working bloke and I'm a bloke. we're going to go down and do a bit of raking and see how we go. But
that's it.
I just want to show you this puddler because that's one of the reasons that water race is up there. It's been earning money for the owner of the commercial water race off these miners, and they've been earning their money out of the gold. So let's hope they lift a little bit.
Fingers crossed.
On your hand.
Cheers, mate.
Just a quick one. We've been talking about the water races in the puddler. Just below that water race, they've built this big dam by hand. They've worked this gully, then they've built a dam wall across the gully that they've already worked. You can see they've worked the gully. They've dug it out, dug it back to the slopes of the bedrock, done it, cleaned all the crevices. Then they brought the water on here, and this is where they had their pipe, this is where they had their hollow log or their pipe, and that's where the water, when they let the water out, that's where the water would go. It's fallen in a bit here, and you can see the hole that the water runs through. And it,
Right there.
this is the height of the wall from this side. It's a fair engineering feat for blokes with picks and shovels. They've dug this wall right along here with yellow clay, put it up, and then let this whole area fill up with water, and then control the water there to work this gully below us. So that's what part of the reason that commercial race is up there, or that's part of the reason this dam wall is here, because they've drawn the water off the commercial race. So as I said last week, water is very important to them. They used water like we use machinery today. Ant and I are going to the bottom of the gully. And while I'm talking, when you are detecting, don't fall for the trap of just if. I know lots of goldfields are different, and it's not gullies and workings like this. It's big, broad areas. But when you're working gullies, get up on the edges at times. Don't stay in the gully because you get dirt like this. Dirt that's been thrown up with a shovel and thrown out. So don't fall for the trap of just detecting the bottom all the time. Walk along the edges. Every time you see there's a hump, get up on it. Get up on it. Detect the hump that's there. Because they've thrown shovel loads of dirt out here to get it out of the road rather than cut it away with a barrow or to wash it. And you'll get a bit that's sitting way up in the air. So anytime you see disturbed ground, detect it. Righto, that's enough talking. I tried to get Ant to do the talking. He said he's better at filming and I'm better at talking.
That's it.
Next time we're talking, we'll be doing signals. Good on you, folks.
Got a little bit of gold. Any luck? Let's do it.
Righto, Ant.
Right, we're rolling. Other way around. Is the time still up the top?
Yes, 9
Right,
seconds.
so then it's nice and horizontal.
Righto, we're that desperate to film something. We've been here for probably 25 minutes and we haven't got a signal. Ant's landed the signal and we're pretty sure and it's not gold just by the way the coil's reacting. But
Yeah, it's blanking out a bit.
this is just to show you that it's not all just... And if you're getting a new detector or getting a detector for the first time, that's one of the things. Finding signals is just as hard as finding gold. So don't imagine that you're just going to come into the bush and say, oh, that's not gold, that's not gold. Oh, yeah, that's a bit of gold, you know. It's harder and harder just to get signals or worthwhile signals or any signals. So Ant's got one here. I'll get in a bit closer.
Boot tack.
Ant's got a boot tack
Or some sort of
or a bit of
something.
End of a bowl or whatever.
Yep. But unfortunately not gold.
Right, yeah. Now this is my first signal, and I'll stick it in Ant's hand and go a close up on it. that's it. It's some sort of little Beverly pin screw thing. I was hopeful with that little thing in the end of it was a diamond, but when we did a close up on it, it's just a bit of steel. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
But it's got a thread around the outside as though you wind it in, and there it is again. So that's my one signal for the day. It didn't sound too bad. Ant pricked his ears up because we're using external speakers.
Yeah, I could hear it from a distance.
Yeah, but that's what it is. So a signal each. Put yours down next to an ant. If that's all we get for the day, I think I'm a clear winner.
Don't get too excited yet. The day's not over, Glenn.
Right. Well, Ant and I have dug bugger all signals, and so
It's been a very slow start.
yeah, it's only a slow start. We're early on, and we're having a great day.
That's it.
So anyhow, Ant's walked in on this hut, and here's the chimney stones here. See, there's the line of the stones on that side. There's a line of stones on that side. I know if the sun's behind my back. So he's landed a few signals here, and so we're just going to film one. We like scouting around the huts. I reckon that one's his worst one. That one didn't sound too bad. And that one, if you were down in the gully, you'd say it was a little bit of gold.
Yeah.
So Ant, pick one and dig one, and
I'm going to start with this one.
Right on, mate. You get no argument from us. Avon G commented on our videos, and one of the things he said, would Ant do a sit down, oh, I'm not making this up, a sit down talk with me and interview on my career. And he said, and to add to the spice of it, he could ask me about the ladies of the hearts that I've broken. Well, Avon, when I was a young man, I used to turn ladies' heads, but now I just turn their stomach. So, and the reason I wouldn't do it, sit down, is I think people get tired of me quick enough without me bloody pushing myself. So, Ant, what, did you scrape that off or disappeared or what?
Oh, it disappears.
Move on to this
Unless
second one. That's the one I had my money on.
Yep, that was this one.
Yeah. For some reason, where we are today, we're having a bit of trouble with ground noise and hot rocks. The ground's the stones are very, very red, so there's plenty of ironstone sitting up. So, you know, you'll do a backward step. But this would be a good spot for the high frequency detectors, because the SDCs and things like that, because there's a lot of clay being thrown out. There's a lot of clay that's been put up on the edges, and that's where you'll get little bits in the ground that's been actually lifted with a shovel and thrown out. So if you're in here today, you'd probably be killing us with SDC.
Glass.
You'd have 3 bits up already. It was a bit of glass, was it?
Yeah.
And it just proves the point that we're in a hard.
There's another one, there's that black.
Oh yeah,
old
so
school.
black whiskey or black beer or something like that. I nearly got looking at it and didn't look through the phone, but so hopefully we'll get onto a bit of gold early on. And that's, I've said it a dozen times, but that's the story of detecting. Take from it what you want. If you're out and you think you're going to get a quick hit and get gold, there's a steep learning curve unless you're terrible lucky. Harold Ludwig, another bloke that he commented on our thing, he got 4 little ones. He was going back with the double D coil. Good on you, Harold. You bloody keep supporting us, and I hope you do well. And when you do go back with the double D, take the plastic rake or the steel rake under your arm and do a bit of raking where you've got the little bits. You might, because you can improve your depth simply by taking surface off. You don't have to go mad, you don't have to give yourself a stroke, but if you find where there's been a little bit, it's well worth having a go and cleaning up around.
Yeah, I've got it.
What do you make
Let's
of
see
it?
what it is. Just
One of those?
just one of those, bit of metal, or it could be a.
Put it up sort of around, somehow the sun's bloody bugging me up. That's it, yeah. So, it's not gold. It's no treasure. Ant's
No.
going to scout around the hut here. I won't keep filming him, so you're not kicking the TV. If he lands anything good, I'll come back and film him.
That's it.
Now I'll show you something up here that I noticed as I was walking around the hut. This here, have a look at this. Obviously that's a toadstool. An ant, one time at the nightclub, the people were lined up and there was a toadstool in the line. Anyhow, the bloke with the velvet rope, he's letting people through. And then when the toadstool got up, he said, "Not you, mate." And the toadstool said, "What? I'm a fun guy."
Oh, God. Love it.
Righto, Ant and I have done a bit of scratching around. Eventually I found a signal that I think is worth filming. And we're right in a very steep gully, and you can see the amount of rock they've worked. Look at all this stone, like it's 1,000 different types of rock, and it's all come out of here. They've been working out of here and throwing it out the side, and they've been using the water from the big water race. There's a dam up above us, and they've used it to wash the stone, throw it back out. And the reason they're so interested in the stone is the teeth of the stone sit up and they act like a natural trap. So all these bits of bedrock, as the floods are coming down, they're just the same as though you're in a stream. They're a trap. Now I've moved 2 stones here, and I've moved a lot of stones that there's been no signal underneath, because you get a little signal, you move it, you think it's a signal, you move it, and it was the actual stone. But
Yeah. Sounds a lot better.
yeah, it does. So I shifted these couple of stones off the top of it, not because I shifted the stones and then there was a signal. There was a signal and then I shifted the stones, but as I said before, it was so faint that it could have just been the stone itself. But I'm on good terms with myself. I've got to be careful because all this is bloody rubbish and it won't be real big, I don't think so.
Don't want it running away.
The signal's there,
Making a bit
but
of
I'm
room.
having a little bit of a tidy up before I, so I can see him if he happens to flick up. So I'll just clean a bit off. Right. So this is the area we're interested in. Don't be in any hurry to dig them. We probably sometimes are too slow to dig them when you're getting patient watching this, but listen to the difference to him now that I can get this big stone here.
Yep.
When the coil was coming like that, it was tiny, but when the coil's flat,
Sounds good.
it does sound good. In likely ground.
Excited, Glenn.
Yeah,
Get a
I'm
bit
keen
closer.
anyhow. Yeah, I'm keen. So, Ant's sitting up there because
I want to spot him. I want to see a big answer pop out.
when I'm driving the car,
Oh.
Ant sits up like a guide dog because he knows I'm legally blind.
You better believe it.
I've got an early warning system. When I hear the leaves flapping on the side of the car, oh, Ant.
Could be the booster.
Yeah, no, I
Sounds
wasn't.
good.
I'm going the other way.
All right, good, good.
Yeah, I'm liking it even more. The yellow clay is trapped in here.
Yep.
You know.
It's a big sound.
Right, mate. It's time you come out of there.
I don't think you're going to lose it now.
No, right.
All right. We're out.
Must have scraped into the side. I think.
Mm. Up there.
Get back over there, mate.
Yep, in that pile.
That should get him. Come on out, bail me out.
Oh, wow.
That'll have him.
Or is it here? Yeah. Yes.
Well spotted.
Here we go.
Which hand do you want out?
That one.
Oh, shit!
I dropped it.
Where'd he go? I tell you this, if this is a nail, it'll be disappointing.
It will be. All right.
You're right, I won't dig
Here we
around next time. keep your head in the game.
Head in the game.
I saw something flick past.
There it
he
is. Very nice, Glenn. Very
Yes.
nice. Here we go.
There he is. That's all right. There he is.
Gorgeous. Oh, don't drop him.
Sorry, no.
There we go. Nice.
It took a bit of dicking around, but
It did, didn't it?
anyhow,
But he came out and it's gold.
and he's gold. There he is, mate.
Beautiful nugget. Been through the wash, nice and flat.
Yeah, well, on these stones,
Big.
you imagine the pound he's had over millions of years
Yeah.
coming across these stones. And he slipped under one of those stones, and then that's where he stayed, luckily for us. They've washed it back as best they could. They've washed all the exposed stones, and they've literally washed all the surface in there, stones and all, and thrown the stones out. Disappointing about this area is there's no conglomerate. The gold's running free from the stone, so even though they washed those stones, you might get a specimen, but you won't get any, conglomerate type stone.
Yep.
Still,
What do you reckon?
oh,
1
geez, Ant,
it's
I've had my heart broken the last 3 weeks. I'm only going to say a gram and bloody leave it at that.
Yeah?
So you feel free to guess.
I was going to say 1.1.
Rightio. Oh, I was actually going to say 1.3. I wound him. I wound him back to a gram because I've been hurt so badly.
Well, you've taken a solid lead here today, so
Rightio.
let's see what happens later
there's
on
a bit.
today.
Back in the day, you would say he was a pennyweight piece. So pennyweight's 1.5 grams, 1.55. But he's not a pennyweight. He's a fraction short of a pennyweight. You got a canister? I haven't got a canister.
Yep, I got one.
Right, people, see this? That's going in Ant's canister.
Yippee!
You might be called to testify. Good work, Ant.
Good work. Thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
Glenn.
mate. First one.
Yes.
Ant and I have drifted down the gully, and we're making our way downhill and following along on the workings. And it's a dirty, bloody gully because we had a big storm through here, 2 big storms a couple of years ago, and everything's choked up and it's overgrown.
Very overgrown.
And it's hard to get a signal, but in a little pile of wash stones here.
Glenn's landed another nice signal.
He's not fantastic, but he's one step up from the rocks. We've had trouble with the rocks, the hot rocks today. Look, he sounds sharp enough.
Yep. Worth a dig. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Ant?
Could be a hot rock. Doesn't. Or is there any?
No, I reckon he's got a real. I reckon somewhere
Something
on that
in there?
stone,
Yeah.
he's been sitting down, and there's a little bit of gold stuck on him somewhere. Because you watch if I hold this end. I know he's making a noise, but watch if I hold this end. There's one
Gives it, gives it.
sure way to find out.
Hang on,
And that's break the bugger in half.
Let's see if I can just see anything.
Rightio. You try and see him with your X-ray eyes. I'll get a good stone to break him on.
It's bloody red.
You see anything?
No.
You desperately want to lick it, don't you?
I do. It was a tad small. It's sticking in my mouth, but I think I'd choke on that one.
Let me break him in half and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I
If it's-
can't see anything
If this
in there,
stone
but
is bright red inside, it's all over Rover. But if he's yellow, ooh, he's bloody red too. You rotten bastard. Oh no, no, he's all. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
inside?
I reckon that's him there.
Nah.
You don't reckon?
That's your eyes. Give us a look. Oh no. God, mate. Jeez, Glenn.
And look,
Wow.
just hold that bit for a minute, Ant, please. This is the rest of the stone.
Nothing.
Nothing, right?
Oh, that's got to be a nice little nugget in there. Well done.
I don't think it's much bigger than what's showing.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
But-
I guess you never know.
But anyhow,
You gonna crack it open?
there was a bloody know-all up there that said there's no conglomerate here. An older bloke, you know, a bloke.
Your twin brother.
Anyhow. Oh, geez, he's small, but that's what I meant about, see, he's nice and yellow. He's made up of different parts of rock. I'll keep him to one side, because it's quite possible there'll be more than one. But we're getting down to... There he
There
is.
he is.
So,
He's popped out.
you know, people say
Jeez,
about
well done, Glenn.
you should be using the monos and or not should be, but why don't we use the monos? Well, with the boosters, we seem to be happier without the mono. You know, the signals are a bit more regular. Oh, he's growing a little bit, which is something. Not bloody much. Oh no, there's 1.1, you think? 10th of a gram?
Yeah, I reckon. Oh, mate, might even go 0.2.
So,
Time will tell.
if you're finding them as small as that, you're not missing much.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, STCs will put it over you, but then we beat them by
Get the
jumping
deeper
the
ones
and getting the deep ones and jumping the little tiny bits of lead. You'll have to put them in your kick, mate. Right. But anyhow,
Beautiful. Wow.
well,
There's
that's it.
two.
Yeah,
Good job, Glenn.
and a good example of the difference between a hot rock and a rock that's you know.
Yeah, well, you
conglomerate
had me. I
or-
thought it was a hot
or
rock.
a composite rock.
Yep.
And not wanting to blow my own bag, but I saw that and Ant couldn't see it.
You did. Well done.
Thumbs
well
up,
done,
Ant.
mate.
Oh,
Good job.
Right, Ant and I bloody got our third decent signal for the day. And the reason we like this one is Ant's taking a bit of surface off, and he's in nice and nice and a likely area. So Ant's going to dig him and see how we go. Hopefully it'll be Ant's first bit for the day. When we're saying first bit for the day or whatever, don't get the idea that we're getting a heap of gold. That's just our saying. You know, sometimes we get our nothing bit for the day too, plenty of times. So we're hoping this is Ant's first bit. So if you're going out, you know, keep at it. Don't get too despondent. It's a bloody. It's not laying around everywhere. It's hard to find. This is a little tiny bit. You can tell by the fact that the signal's partially disappeared. And it's locked in on him again.
Got him out.
I'm sitting down on my haunches and I'm really enjoying it. We've come right down a real steep gully, and if you come downhill, you know what happens when it's time to go for smoker. You have to go uphill. But you reckon he's in that handful, mate?
Yep.
Yep. Only small. You might have to tip him on, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's bloody beautiful bush. It's thick, scrubby bush, but it's beautiful bush that we're in. As quick as that, was it?
I think it's.
I'll get a little closer. Oh, that was
Maybe
me.
too
That was
close.
me. That was a blockhead with the phone. See, anyway, I should say, oh no, you're not a blockhead, Glenn, but Ant just lets it roll.
I'm focused.
He is.
I can't see anything yet.
No, but I
Oh, I think I can. Yep, there it is.
the gold is it?
Yep, nice
I'm not
little
going.
bit.
I'm not going to get close enough.
There he is. Oh, it's a small little bit, but
Yeah.
it's gold. Oh,
Nice little
Oh yeah,
button.
but he's round. Remember
Yep.
what happened last week? That one that was .6.
Yeah, true.
He was round too.
True. Hang on, I'm going to take this glove off and give
Yeah,
it a bit of a
and
clean
flick
up.
your detector off with your mate so I can get in
Yeah.
close. There he is.
Happy days.
Good on you, mate. We're out in the bush. We've got a nice bit of tucker in the car. It's a bloody perfect day for it. It's an autumn day and it's only about... Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him at
It's
all.
a bit chunky. Nice little bit.
Yeah,
Give a bit of a spit shine.
he'd have to be 0.3 or 4, I reckon. You know, because he's round.
I'm going to say 0.2,
Right,
but
yeah.
I'll be happy if it grows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There he is. And by jeez, that's a good bit of camera work. Get your fat head out of
Just making sure.
there. I'll make sure I got it turned on.
Making sure you got it on and on the gob.
Good work, mate.
Well done, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Right. Thumbs up, Ant.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the board.
Well done, Ant.
Cheers, mate.
Good work. Righto, Ant.
Well, we kept on moving our way down into the gully and I've had a bit of luck. I saw this, I was just detecting in here and it's, as you can see, there's grass everywhere. It's really tough detecting, tough going. It's been pretty hard, but I saw this tree that had fallen over. Looks like pretty recent, and there was all this gravel underneath it, and I thought, oh, I better give it a go. And lo and behold, just right here, I got a bit of a target, a few scrapes, got him out, then lost it because I thought it wasn't anything, but I got a nice little bit, so very happy with that. Very happy.
And Ant said to me,
2 each.
I called out to Ant and I said, you want me to come down and film me? And he meant yes, but he knew I didn't want to come down because I was up there practically on the top of the ridge. And I said, I'll dig it, mate, and if it's a bit of gold, I'll come down. Because I said, oh, shit, if it's a bit of rubbish, I'm not going to go. Yeah, fair thing, it's a commando course to go down there and go back again.
Yeah.
But Ant's
And I wasn't
one.
sold on it either. Like it
No,
wasn't,
that's right, no.
The signal was touch and go.
No,
So, yeah.
good work,
But
mate.
Glenn's here now and we've got another bit of gold, so happy days.
Right, yeah. And don't underestimate how rough the gully is because it's a big bloody, and with the storm, see all these trees, you got to go over them or under them or across them. And then as Ant said, this patch of gravel here that was probably thrown out from the bottom, it's had a tree growing in it. That big tree, dry tree there, it's died off, fallen over in the storm. This young bloke's come along, turned the signal into a bit of gold.
Beautiful.
Good work, mate.
It's 4 before smoko, Glenn.
Yeah, and I'm bloody hanging out for smoke. I
Yeah,
reckon
me
we'll call it a
too.
day, mate.
Yep.
Or call it the morning, anyhow.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
Good on you,
Definitely. Cheers, mate.
Right, I was coming up the gully and I was thinking to myself, bloody no easy signals left here. And that signal was here and that stone
Right,
was sitting like that. I've rolled that out. I really like the signal, except I walked down this gully coming down and I dug this. I didn't dig it, I left it there. Rubbish signal there. While I was waiting for an ant to leg it back up the bloody 45-degree slope or 60-degrey slope and catch his breath, which probably took 15 minutes.
It's hard work.
I dug a rubbish signal in there, so I would have been... I can't fault that
Yeah,
signal
it's
at the
not that
moment.
discounted, is it?
No, so we'll see how we go. We've really done a bit of commando work in here today. It's bloody...
Yeah. You're gonna turf that up, you know.
Oh, that's right up there.
Yeah.
Ant's detector's below me. Right, just because he sounds big doesn't mean that he's easy to... that he's deep and I'll get him. I don't want him... That's the hole the rock came out of there. If there were, didn't have those rubbish ones around him, you'd be bloody backing him in, but
Still sounds like it's up there, doesn't it?
nice if he's tucked in those rocks.
That's where it's going to be. Mozzie's around.
Yeah, they are so.
You gotta pull that log. That
I'm going to try, mate, but I don't know whether he's a rock or whether he's actually part of the whole structure. Don't like that black dirt there. Looks like someone may have been in this hole before.
It's on the left of that rock on the inside.
Yeah.
Down there.
Where are we now?
There we go. Now she's gonna budge.
Now, this will be tricky.
No scorpions?
No scorpions.
That's good. Yeah, just leave it there, I reckon.
Yeah, now where are you,
Gonna
mate?
stay there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, you little bastard?
Yeah, we
Well, at least he's back in town.
Yep.
That's something.
Is that it?
Oh! There he is.
Oh. Well done. John nearly had a heart attack. I thought it was that hole.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a little lump. I could just see a little bit of, but still, it beats a bit of bloody rubbish, which is where I was worried it was going.
Well done.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, that's a good little bit. Jesus.
So, I've walked, and that goes to show you the vagaries of bloody metal detecting. I walked straight down this gully, got a bit of rubbish there, didn't dig in because I knew I could tell he was rubbish through the double D coil. Kept going, come up here, my ass is dragging, and I'm thinking, there's no bloody easy signals left in this gully. Got that easy one there, called out to my faithful companion. He was way down the gully where he got the last one out of the tree roots. So he's legged it up here, and I got up there and dug another rubbish signal. I thought, oh, it's not starting to look good. The only thing that held me in the game was he sounded good. He always sounded right.
Oh yeah.
He's been sitting up on that. Bloody nearly lost him. Yeah, Ant, put that into our collection.
Yep.
Good work, Ant.
Good work, buddy. Thumbs up. Jeez. Gorgeous.
Rightio, Ant and I had a bloody prolonged lunch. We laid on the ground and
Recuperated.
recuperated and had a good rest. And now what we've done, we've cleverly driven down to the bottom of the gully and we've walked up it because before we'd parked at the top and worked all down the steep gully. And have a look at the gully that we're in. You know, it's a test of bloody your abilities to get over and under logs and find signals. Anyhow, I've got a signal here up.
Check out the angle.
Got a signal there. Now normally I'd say that it was someone that shot from the other side and it was a bullet, but too small to be a bullet. So the trick is now to get it, because it's pretty small, and not lose it, and hopefully turn it into a bit of gold.
That's it. Look at that angle.
Hopefully it'll grow a bit. Yeah, so one thing about it is definitely a signal. It's not a stone that's up there. Oh Jesus. It's nice white clay, and they've washed the gully above us, and it's
Still in there. That's good.
it's a test from the cameraman as well.
Yeah.
He's hopefully he'll see it before I bloody lose it. And you're probably saying how to find the signal. Well, further up there on one other occasion, I walked along with one leg higher than the other and got a few on this slope, on this bank like this, where the water had brought it down. It's a bit early to go the early crow, but there's a bloody good chance this is gold. That's why I've got to be careful, because the signal's not very large.
Sounds like it's growing a bit.
Yeah, it has. I'm going to dig a safety pit, so that if I scrape it out,
It's gonna fall there.
hopefully that's where it'll end up. Right, it's still there. Just growing a lot.
Yep.
Still there. Only thing is, if someone's been on the other side and had a shot at something,
Yeah.
they will go into the bank.
Yeah.
He's out.
And you haven't lost him. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is, yeah. I'm not going to discard any dirt by any means. Where'd you go, you?
Come back.
You bastard. Oh, he's down here.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
it's heavy.
geez. Don't do this to me, mate.
This would be a test of your detecting skills. mate.
Well, yeah, it's a test of my patience.
That too. Oh, you lucky bugger. In the hand.
Do you want to
Yeah,
move down here?
yeah, too right,
a bit?
mate.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Well, good job I said a few Hail Marys.
It's on there.
No, he's not. He's rolled off, I reckon.
Don't say that.
You bastard, bastard.
Ah,
No, he's still in my hand. Phew.
No, nothing there.
Go.
Definitely in the hand.
Right, have another go. Can't see any yellow.
I can.
Can you?
There.
Oh, good boy.
Oh, yes.
Ah, good boy.
Grow, grow, grow.
Yes. Oh, well.
There's another
I
bit
tell
of
you
gold. I
what.
can't believe you got it, Glenn. That's an amazing bit of detecting.
And
right
I'll
there.
tell you what, I wouldn't have felt bloody so nervous if I was doing open heart surgery on you, I don't reckon. I'd have been more calm. Yeah, God. And he dropped down there 2 feet into the bloody loose grass.
Unbelievable.
Well, there he is.
Well done.
And I'm bloody happy to see him.
Yes.
Good boy.
Good work, Glenn. Good work.
So it just goes to show when you are detecting, you've got to pretty well look in the bloody least obvious places as well as the obvious places.
That's it. Everywhere.
There's a little one. Put him in our pile. Yeah, that takes us to 6, doesn't it?
6 all day.
Our joint record is 6, isn't it? When we've been together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we need a
Everything to
get
play
7.
for now.
That's
Yeah.
it. One more and we've done it.
Yeah.
Here's a thumbs up, Glenn.
Yes. I'm quite relieved.
Well done.
Just goes to show with the boosters on though, they'll give a decent signal. You know, he's a little tiny fella,
Yeah.
but there was no doubt that he
0.2?
was
0.3?
there. Oh, 0.2 would pull him right up, wouldn't it?
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon. You take
all
control of him, mate.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Good on you, man.
Oh, we just finished up at that other place at the gully we were at before. It was just too much hard work. Too much hard work. I'm still puffing and I'm sweating like anything. It's very, very overgrown in that spot. And we did get lucky. You know, we got those 5 bits, so happy days. But we've moved spots, and we're going to give this place a go. We've been here before, haven't we, Glenn?
Yeah, been here, Ant. We've got a few little bits.
Yep.
And it's not that much easier, except it's more flat.
Yeah,
And there's a couple of spots down the bottom that I'm interested in. That's why I'm sending you across to the top.
yeah, that'll be right. Place your bets
uh,
on who'll be digging up the next bit.
The change is as good as the whole day.
Yeah.
We're sitting on 6 bits, and
Yes.
that's our equal record.
We've got to get a 7th, Glenn.
Yeah, and I
gotta
know
happen.
every time I go out the bush and I think one more little bit will do me, that's the kiss of death. So hopefully we'll be able to beat that.
Yeah.
So here we go. Well, the reason we're filming this is just so that when you're following us and people like to know where we are in the day. I reckon we've got about an hour and a half left before
nice.
stumps. So we'll give it a hit around here and try and get that lucky last bit.
That's it.
Good on you, Ant.
Cheers, mate.
Right. It's a day, time of the day we like the best, and the reason I'm laughing is we just filmed this bit, and then Ant and I argued, and I went off in a huff and I've come back. No, I didn't. But we got ourselves bloody confused, and we thought we'd lost a bit, and things were said, feelings were hurt.
Well, you didn't. I'm just filming and looking at all the gold and wrapped with the 5 bits on the thing, but forgetting we actually found 6.
So we found 6. So here they are. We're going to weigh Ant's first. So that one is the first one that Ant found in the stones. So 0.18. This is the second one that Ant found in the tree roots of that dead tree.
Mm-hmm.
Put you down there for a minute, mate. Also 0. No, I was gone and jumped up to 2 now, so I put them both
0.2.
on together while I was feeling generous. So it's jumping around a little, it might be quite even, but 0.36. I'd say they're both 0.18. I'd say the first measure was right. So 3.6 for Ant. Now I've recaptured my crown.
You sure have. 4 bits today, Glenn.
So this is the first bit that
King
I
returns.
found in behind the rocks.
1.38.
And Ant and I had a discussion on that. I called it a gram because I didn't want to get hurt again.
Yeah.
Ant said 1.1. It's damn near 1.4, 1.38.
Very nice.
This little fella is the one. Remember, I wisely said there was no conglomerate there. That's a bit out of that came out of the conglomerate, out of the stone.
0.17.
So you can go over there. This little one, this one was the one that was in the drain where there was a signal on a rubbish signal on the other side. 0.64. And he made a great big, he made a good easy signal. He was the one that I said was an easy signal for the day. This is the last one we got for the day. and I foolishly said we've got 6, we need 7 to set a record.
0.22.
So I put
Chuck them all yours on at least for the start. Let's see how much you got, you bugger. King returns.
yeah.
2.44. Well done.
More of a king of panels now. Rightio.
2.81.
So that's not too bad.
Jeez, that's a very good day.
It's a nice little day. You know, we had a lot of fun. We got 6 little bits of gold. Ant's got a relic, we think, in his pocket. Well, we're not even sure what it came from around the hearts, but we're not sure what its purpose is. Where's your?
Here it is.
So Ant's got that.
Not really sure.
Not
what
whether
it is,
sure, it's
if
just a bit of
piece
pipe,
wood.
but it really makes you see how it's been pinched at the end and sort of bevel at the other end. Really makes you want to stick it in your mouth and,
That's it.
you know, bloody to have a bit of a
It could
puff.
be a tip off a pipe or a
it
or
could-
a rollie. Ciggies,
Yeah,
whatever
could be
that
any,
was.
but
We'll call it that anyway.
we're calling that a relic and we're
Yep.
calling that whatever that is. I got that little sharp sort of pin thing with a bevel edge on it. So we're giving the relics to Ant. No contest on the gold,
Yeah,
but we're really happy with our day.
beautiful day out.
And then, as I said, or I haven't said, but Ant now uses a Ken pick because we had to backtrack 10 minutes because Ant left his Ken pick at the bloody other spot. And then when we got here, Ant said, "Where's my pick?" And I
Glenn
said,
kindly came with me.
"Yeah, I went with him.
would've
Yeah,
got
I went with him. Yeah, because we're in my car. Otherwise, I said, you're on your own, mate." So, yeah. So Ant left his Ken pick up at the last spot.
Yeah.
But apart
we
from
recovered it.
that, oh, we
recovered
recovered.
it,
Yeah,
right.
and
She was there waiting for
yeah,
me. So.
which was pleasing. So we've had a good day.
Yep.
And thanks everyone for their comments. We had 2 blokes that said this week that they've found a bit of gold, and rightly or wrongly they thanked us for our information and said they follow Ant and I, and they've got a lot of ideas. So we're very pleased with that. We're proud of that. I'm glad that other people think that we can help them. Thanks very much. Ant and Glenn had a good day. What do you got to say, Ant? Anything? Had a good day?
I had a ripper day, bang up day, yeah. Thank you very much, Glenn. Always a pleasure. And
Good on you, mate.
hope you all enjoyed this episode of Victorian Gold Hunters. Thanks, guys.
And Avon G, when we do have the sit down, I'll have a whole tell-all about my life and times, but not today. See you,
That's all,
mate.
folks. Cheers.